Hey there! Today I'm going to be teaching you guys about making your own little tart shells to fill with whatever you want. Today I'm doing lemon tarts. I had some leftover lemons, made some lemon curd if you've never made lemon curd, and I'm going to admit something. I've never made lemon curd before. I went to culinary school, I've been cooking avidly for many, many years, and it is one thing that I just never did. I've made lots of custards and puddings and all sorts of things. I just never made lemon curd. Probably because I'm the only lemon lover in my family. But you guys, it's so easy. Eggs, lemon juice, little lemon zest if you can, sugar, and some butter. That's it. It is so simple. So I whipped it up yesterday, so I'm not going to be demoing that today, but I'm telling you, you can do it. I basically whipped up, I'll put the recipe in the description underneath this YouTube video. But you just whisk together lemon, the fresh lemon juice, the eggs, the sugar, the lemon zest. I got it all whisked together so it was all kind of mixed well. Then added the butter over low, medium, low heat. And then slowly but surely, it starts to thicken, that butter melts in, and then you kind of have this thicker kind of, when it bubbles, it looks like it kind of burps. It's really kind of funny. And you're done. Pour it into a bowl, put a little plastic wrap, kind of touch it to the surface so that you don't get a skin while it cools. Let it cool in the fridge, and then you can peel off that plastic, keep it in jars, and you can spread it on everything. Or just get a spoon like I've been doing today and just have a spoonful. It's so good. Tart, sweet. The recipe I found I really, really like. I think it has a really good balance. So anyways, store-bought pie dough. Super simple, our friend sometimes when we need it. So you can see over my shoulder, I've got muffin tins. I'm gonna show you just using a basic round drinking glass. You just cut out little rounds, press them into your muffin tins, bake those guys off, let them cool, and then you can fill them with anything. My choice today will be lemon tarts. We're having a little event tonight, and so I'm taking those. But you can fill them with chocolate pudding. You could fill them with ice cream and freeze them. You could fill them with caramel and chocolate chips. I mean, there's so many different options. So they're real handy, real easy, and you can even do them in mini muffin form. I've done that before, and then I did a totally savory version and did quiche. So this is just a really simple way to have people go, ooh, look at tarts, or ooh, little baby quiches that look homemade. And yeah, they are, and they're so easy. I know Costco does a great job and other places with, you know, the little frozen quiches, or, you know, you can get little tarts, but I'm telling you, you can make them yourself so easy, and they're really fun. And if you have little people around, they love to help with this one. It's a good one. So let's get started. Guys just came out of the oven, and you can see little tiny pricks, because what I didn't do on camera, sorry, was I used my fork and I did that little thing that's called docking, where you basically use your oh, there's my finger. Use your fork and you prick along so that the center, so it doesn't puff up as much. So the sides went up. You can see it just makes a little tart shell, and I will put a little bit of that lemon curd in there and then top it with whipped cream, and it's gonna be like heaven. Also, you might be wondering, do these come out? Yeah, they do. Look at that. Oh, mad skills. But seriously, they just pop right out. So they're just little, see, they're just little tart shells. You don't want them to be like deep pies, because lemon curd's kind of rich and thick, and then whipped cream on top, so they're gonna be just perfect. I'll let these guys cool. Okay, for my whipped cream, this might be real basic for some people, but for others, they don't do it very often. Now you can do whipped cream by hand with one of these guys and a real cold bowl. that'll help get you a long ways with a really, really cold bowl. But I've got a mixer, or you have hand mixers you can use. But I find that sometimes it gets really like splattery. So in the beginning, I drape a towel, lightly, a clean towel, over my mixer to get it started. So I'm gonna turn this on and let it go for a little bit and show you where I start to add my sugar and my vanilla. Okay, so I just checked it. You can see it's starting to make marks. See how it's starting to kind of form some marks? That's when it's time to add in some vanilla and sugar. You want that cream to kind of whip itself up and get kind of like formed before you start adding stuff to it. Now at this point, if for any dessert that you're doing, in this case today, of course, for the lemon, little lemon tarts, but if you were doing something chocolatey, you could add cinnamon right now. You could also add like a tablespoon of bourbon. I love doing a bourbon whipped cream. I think it is so fantastic, especially with chocolate desserts or things that kind of have caramely notes. But this is the time where you add your kind of spices and such. So I've got some vanilla extract, but I have it in this really cool, if you guys can see this, it's in this like really cool vanilla bean paste that I got, and I just love it. I'm gonna grab a spoon real quick, but it was kind of an investment, but I use it for special things. Oops. And you'll see, I'm gonna pour it into my spoon. It's almost like a thick syrup, and it's got little vanilla beans in it, you guys. So it makes like a really, really outstanding, put probably more than I normally would, but that's okay. This is about, I started out with probably a little over a cup of cream. And so I will get that going, and then I'm gonna add my sugar. Now the sugar factor, there are recipes you can look up, but really, I think I start with about a 1/4 cup, and I don't like my cream too sweet. Something to consider with whipped cream is consider what you're putting it on. If you're putting it on a piece of pie that's really, really sweet, then you don't want your cream to be so sweet. Don't add as much powdered sugar to the mix. If you're adding it onto something that's a little bit more tart, like the lemon, I'm gonna make this a little bit sweeter. So I'm gonna get this going. I'm just slightly sprinkle in the sugar. Maybe just a touch more. Doesn't take long. It's really starting to get thicker. So I'll stop my mixer, pull it up, and this is when I'm gonna scrape my sides down just a touch, and I'll do just a little test taste. One of the fun parts of making whipped cream, of course. Gotta taste it, see where we're at. I like that, but I think because that lemon curd is a little bit on the tart side, the recipe I use, I'm gonna add just a touch more sugar. Just a couple tablespoons, not too much. And you're looking for that cream. See how it's getting real thick? And it's really, really holding its form. Now, if you overbeat this, it'll actually start to separate. But to me, when I pull my beater out and it's still holding in there, nothing's moving, to me, that's a good whipped stage. Now, assembly time. So I got my whipped cream here. So I just put it in a bowl after I got done whipping it and popped it in the fridge. You can do that up to a couple days ahead of time. I think that it holds up really well with fresh whipped cream. So you guys have seen me, maybe if you watched my other videos, talk about my disposable piping bags. These are them. You can zoom in if you need to see. Wilton, I think I bought them at Hobby Lobby or Joann's or one of those kind of places. I'm sure Amazon carries them. They have everything. But I love these. I use them frequently, but not like I go through a ton, but they're real handy for things like this. Just a plastic cup. I pop one of these bags and I fold the edge over so you can roll it up like this, and then you'll see I did fill it a little bit full. I'll kind of squeeze it down. So what will happen is I will snip off the end when I'm ready to pipe, but for now I'm just going to set it to the side. Here are my cute little tartlets. Aren't they so cute? So with these guys, here's my lemon curd. Sorry you didn't get the demo of this, but I already made it and then I decided this is what I wanted to show you this week. It's super good. Okay, so I happen to have one of these little cookie scoops that I'm gonna use for portioning it. You could just do a regular teaspoon, it doesn't matter, but this way they'll be nice and even. So I'm just gonna get a scoop of this and pop it on here like that. And then I'm gonna use my knife and just kind of swirl this out so it's nice and flat. I'll do that for both of them. And then I will top them with my whipped cream. This guy needs a little bit more. I didn't get a full scoop there. But the idea is just trying to have it be somewhat consistent. But you see, you don't really need a lot of filling with these. In fact, less is best. So with this, all you do, guys, you want to be careful. Don't cut it too high. You'll have a huge hole. Cut it too low. You'll have like a little tiny like pinhole of whipped cream coming out. So I usually start a little bit lower than I think I might want to end up, because I can always make it a little bit bigger, but I can't make it smaller. This should be good. So with this, you just pinch the top, give it a twist, and then use your hand to kind of squeeze it like this from the top. And I'm just gonna go like this and go around in a circle. I want a fair amount of whipped cream on these. Here's another thing, guys. With little tartlets, I love it because it feels like portion control. A lot of people would love a little sweet treat, but they don't want to have a whole piece of pie, like a big piece of pie, and this is perfect. It's like 2, maybe 3 bites, and you're good. You've had a little something sweet, but you're not like, oh, sugar bomb. So something to consider with making these. Now I have these little glass guys on the side because I have a few people that are coming tonight that are gluten-free. So here's what I'm gonna do. Make them their own little special thing. These, by the way, I've used these before when I did a little bourbon butterscotch pudding. It's real good too. But these are the Yoplait yogurts. Oui is in the French spelling O-U-I, and they're in all the grocery stores. And then I just clean them and I reuse them for things. So what I'll do is make it like a little trifle. So I'm just gonna pop some whipped cream down in there, and then pop this right in here. That's how handy that is. I'm gonna do probably a couple scoops of this, and I'm just gonna tap it down. Sorry it's a little loud, but you get the idea. I can even use my knife to kind of spread it around a little bit. But this way, people that are here, they can enjoy, because lemon curd is gluten-free. Not dairy-free, obviously, with the whipped cream, but I do know that I have a couple dietary needs. And then I'll just go like this. And there you go. You have a cute little trifle going on here. And then, because it's springtime and my mint is growing, signs of spring, so happy. Got some little mint leaves. This is just an extra. You don't really need to do it, but you just kind of jam that guy right in the side and it looks so pretty. It's like other level. It makes you seem so professional, even though it's just a mint leaf. Kind of jam it in like that. Gotta lick my finger. Oops. Okay. So now, test taste time. My favorite. Scott's jealous. In fact, maybe, do you want to switch cameras and you can taste it? No, he says no. Okay. So, I'm so excited. Here we go. Isn't it pretty? Just do a quick close-up because it's just like the beauty shot. Love it. Okay. Hopefully it will be too messy for me. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh, here's what's happening. Crispy from that pastry, a little bit buttery and salty. Then you get like a layer of lemon, which is a little bit tangy and tart, but also sweet. And then that vanilla bean whipped cream. You guys, it's a delight of the bite for sure. It's all the things. I'm going for a second one. It's all the things. Oh my word. Love it. Okay. Put this on your spring menu for any reason, or just for your family, for fun. So good. Give it a try. Now, if you are adverse to lemon, fill it with something chocolate or caramel or something savory like quiches. You can do other things to it as well. But I think the lemon's the winner for this spring. All right, delight of the bite. Subscribe if you have not. Tell your friends, share. I love what I'm doing and I want more people to get to see it, so help me out. I would appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.